We're live? Cool. So welcome everyone here this evening to interview a whole bunch of the X-Pyr teams. We're going to start off with Idris Birch and his supporters here. The race start is on 21st of June, so just, 3 months away. But first, normally in these races, we very rarely get to meet the supporters. There's a lot of focus on the athletes, so it's great to actually have you guys here. Can you just introduce yourselves a little bit, tell us a bit about your background?
Yep, so my name is Julien. I'm working at Advance. I'm responsible for sales in France, in Asia, and in the US. I started flying 6 years ago, and since I finished my studies, I have always been working in the paragliding industry, and I think I fell in love with this sport. I'm trail running, skiing in winter, and flying as much as I can in summer. And I'm so happy to support this crazy guy, Idris Birch, for this crazy adventure. And that's my background. Flo, your turn.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, my name is Florian. I also work for Advance. I'm there responsible for the development team.
Oh, wow.
I started flying quite a while ago. Then it came to a period where I did not really fly, and that's when I decided, or I go fully into flying or not, and that's how I ended up here. I'm also looking forward to support Idris in his race.
Yeah. Because you have some of you've got hike and fly experience yourselves, right? You said you lived in Chamonix for many years.
Yeah, before coming in Switzerland and living in Thun, I was living in Chamonix. And actually, I started paragliding only to fly down the mountains at the beginning, as many people in Chamonix. Yeah. And then quickly, I discovered thermaling and all this crazy adventure you can get with a glider. Yeah. And I started cross-country flights. I'm not doing myself hike and fly competitions. Cross-country flights, and I have huge respect for all these guys flying in crazy conditions with big balls.
We're definitely going to be talking about that. Yeah, and you're a trail runner as well, right?
Yes.
What's your sort of distance and your?
I would say short races up to 40 kilometers.
Yeah. A short and a long race for you?
Sorry?
A long race for you?
Yeah. I mean, today the trend is to go over 100 miles, but it's not my type of distances.
Yeah. And for you, you're also doing hike and fly?
I used to do a couple of races, not as big as the X-Pyr race, of course. And it was fun. It was always, for me, was a possibility to push a bit further my own limits, and also like a good playground to learn, experience more. You always find some new conditions you never tried before. And I used to do that. Now I'm really curious to change a bit the role and have a look on the race from another perspective, searching this role as a supporter in the team. Yeah,
so tell me how the team came together. So you're all three of you are working at Advance, all right? So what's the story? Who approached who?
You want to? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the common point we have with Flo is that I think we really like this crazy guy, and as soon as Idris asked us to do the support and to help him in this project, we were motivated for sure. Yeah. But that's because of him, I think.
Yeah, sure. I personally shared some cool adventures with Idris before, flying together, doing some wall biff in the Alps, and also in the Pyrenees already. So it was always fun flying with Idris, having a good time. And what is also important, I think, is that you get along. You have the same expectations, and the way of communication is good. The way of how to think about the day, how to all this, how you get along with each other, that's really important. And we know from some experience that this is working quite well. So of course it's a it was yes when he asked us to.
Could you give an example of one of these experiences from the Volbives in the Alps or the Pyrenees?
You mean like
when you had to work together, or you had a tough day?
Yeah, and it starts in the morning when you see the conditions of the day. I mean, when you're at home, you can always look at the forecast of the weather, thermals, whatever. When you're doing a Volbiv, you wake up somewhere in the mountains and you see what you get, and you can still watch your phone and all the forecast, but you also have to fly the conditions you get and not the forecast. And then normally you have plenty of options there, where you're gonna go, what you're gonna do, what you're gonna aim for the day, and everybody has ideas and expectations, and that's a point where you have to see that these expectations meet each other, and then you discuss a couple of options in the morning, and normally you notice quite well if you have the same understanding of the day, and if you see like I have the same idea, we're going for option 1, option 2, option 3, and
Is one of you going to be playing how are you going to divide the roles in the team? Is one of you going to be doing more focus on strategy, other on sort of support on the ground? Is this still to be decided? Or?
I think we try to be a bit flexible, but I would definitely say Julien is the stronger one on the ground. So when it comes to strong support on the ground, I guess that's really Julien's part. And I don't know, me myself, I maybe have a bit more experience with the hike and fly races in general, so to understand what's the important points, to be a bit stronger on the tactics side of supporting.
So.
I also think that Idris really knows what he needs to do, and I think it's not the kind of person that needs a lot of inputs from the outside, So maybe we will keep to the basics, and I think it will probably disturb Idris to have probably too much tactical inputs or too much information, and he's a super gifted pilot when it comes to flying, definitely, and way better than we are all. So he knows what to do, and he will deliver for sure. He will deliver.
What do you see as your main roles, and what are you going to bring to the team then? You're a fantastic chef. I know you can run fast.
I think I will try to bring some good energy. I think that's my best advantage, and that's what I know how to do, and to bring some good vibes, and to try to make his life as easy as possible. To do the foot massage if necessary, to do whatever it takes to make Idris win this race. So And you, Flo, what you gonna do? Foot massage also?
And the foot massage, I leave it to you. That's fine. No, but I think what he just said, like some good vibes, and I think it sounds a bit basic, but I think probably it's the most important thing, to have good vibes in the team, to have good vibes in the race. I mean, imagine there's bad weather days, long hiking, and super important is always to stay positive, always have your options clear, plans clear, looking at this in a positive way, and that's for sure something we have to focus on.
Yeah.
And then I see another point in like calming things down. I mean, Idris is not that he's like going crazy, but I think it's always important to have like straight options, discuss it, reflect all the thinkings, reflect all the plannings, and then focus on the really important things. And there's always good to have to calm everything down.
Yeah.
And
Brilliant. I think you've both spent quite a lot of time in the Pyrenees, right? And also a good amount of time in the Alps. Can you give people who haven't been to the Pyrenees a feel of what the terrain is like there?
When you come to talk about the Pyrenees, it's probably most likely you compare to the Alps, because we're used to the Alps more. And most of the people, or at least in my environment, most of the people know the Alps. And Pyrenees is much more remote, so you have much more areas where you have no network connection for sure. You don't have all these hiking paths and whatever you find in the Alps in every valley, and for sure no public transport, not roads, nothing of that. So it's much more remote in general. Summer in Pyrenees, it's also more in the south, so you have to expect quite some strong conditions. Pyrenees are really well known for strong valley winds, so be even more careful with strong winds and thermal conditions in the summer than in the Alps. That's really important, I guess. Pyrenees are also well known for the vultures to fly with. That's pretty cool, actually, and they can work pretty well as a thermal indicator, and that's a cool experience to fly with them. Maybe
you have family near the start of the race, I think, so you know the starting section particularly.
Exactly. My grandparents are living really close from the starting line, so we will have the opportunity to have good food from my grandma before the race, good energy before the race. That's really important. And so as a kid, I spent all my holidays next to the first big mountain of the X-Pyr, La Rune. And that's the mountain I started trail running with, actually. And I can tell from experience that in the Pyrenees, it's either windy or raining. It's one of the two options. You have no other options.
Which one are you hoping for?
Windy. For Idris, windy, definitely. A lot of wind for Idris. That's super tricky.
What are the specific challenges this is going to give the athletes at the beginning here? Because they have this start with a long hike, right?
Yes, exactly. And especially for Idris, I think when it comes to flying, he's one of the best on the planet. Not on the ground. He's super in shape, for sure. But it will be a huge challenge at the beginning to be able to keep up the pace and to walk, at least for sure 20, but maybe 30, 50 or more kilometers in one day. And we will have to accept that maybe we will not be in the first positions at the beginning of the race and to do our own race. But I think Idris knows, and it will be important to do this psychological work before and to accept to be not in the top ranking at the beginning. And Pyrenees, I can tell also from experience, I'm also quite often going in the Pyrenees for work because I have many clients in this region, and really often it's just not viable. It's super strong. In all the south faces are in the lee side because of the valley breeze coming from the north. All the valleys are not well orientated, north and north-south orientation, and it's just super complex. It's a huge challenge. Do
you think local knowledge helps here, or is it a question of sometimes local knowledge can be a disadvantage because you assume something is going to happen rather than being open to the conditions?
I think anyway, top pilots as Idris, they have some general knowledge that apply for the Pyrenees, that apply everywhere, But for sure, as every mountains range, local knowledge is also a factor. Idris knows a bit the place. I'm sure he will make some huge analysis before the race, try to get as much knowledge as possible. And we can also rely on a lot of friends and connections we have in the Pyrenees to get some advice directly during the race. And what do you think, Flo?
Yeah, I think more important is the pilot experience. And then, a pilot with this much experience than Idris, he will adapt to whatever he finds really quickly. So I think that's definitely more important than the local experiences. Of course, some local experiences in the end are never bad and can always help. But more important is to bring all these experience about flying conditions in general, so you understand quickly what's the day like and how to adapt your knowledge to the terrain you get there.
Earlier we were talking about also sort of Idris taking decisions in the air. Have you talked amongst yourselves how you're going to approach the team? If you feel the conditions are unsafe, are you going to let Idris decide this? Do you have a veto? How are you going to tackle these really challenging flying conditions as a team?
I think tactics in general is more reflect, because Idris reflect decisions, reflect Idris' own decisions, because he knows best what he wants to do and what he sees in the air, where he is, what he has got, and it's not about putting a veto or giving like advice. No, you should do this, you should do that, because first we are not able to see all this what he's seeing in the air, and second, he knows better as we do probably. So in the end, it always comes to reflect the options, hear the options, give some opinion, maybe see if something sounds not like a good plan, because there could be something that he was mistaken with or that he didn't take into account. But in the end, I guess he will be best at taking his own decisions.
Yeah. Well, one of you, sorry, do you want to answer that one as well? Yeah. Would it be just you two in the team? You're both there in the Pyrenees. Do you have a router or someone looking at weather behind the scenes for you?
We might. That's not 100% clear. If we get some more, if we get some more support, there might be something more.
And the practical setup with the vehicle you're using, the sleeping arrangements, cooking stuff. How's this all looking?
No, I think Idris did the booking for the vehicle, so this part is clear.
You have one vehicle?
Yes, exactly, yes. We were discussing also about a training, a weekend training. We have to fix a date, but yes.
Yeah.
And on that topic also, not everything is decided, as it's in 3 months, sorry.
Have you supported these sort of races before?
For me, it will be the first time, so that will be a first youth challenge. But Flo, you already did? No. So we are beginners. Okay. So if Idris is failing, that's only because he has a good excuse.
I see. I mean, having been a supporter in these races before, I'm very much aware that sport has a massive influence on the athlete's performance, and you really have a lot of roles to play. But you said you're going to do some training before. You're going to spend a weekend in the van together, and
that's the plan, definitely.
Yeah. And are there any particular scenarios that you've thought about ahead of time? You've rehearsed a quick pit stop with Idris, a difficult weather decision, something like this? What sort of?
Except the foot massage on my side, not so much. That's my own responsibility. Maybe you have some more tactical inputs to give us.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is to know well where is your stuff.
Yeah.
So once we organize a car, so you know where is all the stuff to be fast.
Yeah.
And to be good at checklist, not forget anything. That's probably the most important thing, because the race itself, there will be different decisions every day, different situations. So we have to be like really, you have to be you have to be flexible. So, but best to be flexible is to know well your things. And I think that's what it is about, to get organized in a training day. How does a car look like? Where's the stuff? What does Idris need for food? In which situation? Could be also something. What's his favorite shoes when it's wet? Or
we're going to go through a few pairs of shoes. Yeah. And your personal goals for the race, guys? What are you looking to get out of this experience?
I'm not doing this with a personal goal. I have one goal, but it's not my goal. It's Idris winning this race.
No pressure.
No pressure. No, but I'm not doing this for myself. I'm so happy to help a good friend and to help a talented pilot in this project. But I'm definitely not doing this for myself. I mean, it will be super interesting. I will learn so many stuff, and I will love this exhausting week, I'm sure, as a pilot, because I will learn many. I think I will get a lot of local knowledge that we were discussing before, a lot of stuff about conditions, about pressure, about flying experience in general. But I'm really doing this for for an athlete I really believe in. And
Flo?
Yeah, personal expectations. I'm also not sure. I think the main goal is to have a good time as a team and to take good decisions together. That's really for me an important point. To if you think back, that you think, okay, we organized well and we took good decisions, and if we take a bad decision, that we could show that we improved, that we did it better the next day, that we learned from it, that we understood what was wrong, what was not good, and that it could improve in the next day. And that's really cool. And of course, a good result would be nice, and that's the goal. But I won't be disappointed if it's not the winning place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. So yeah, it's the way that people fly in these hike and fly races, particularly the huge ones like the X-Pyr, is so different from day-to-day cross-country flying. I think you can see some of it on Google Earth, but it's only really when you're there, like what happens to your Vol Biv when you said earlier that it's about flying the conditions you have, not the forecast conditions, the conditions you want. So I think it's going to be very eye-opening for
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And I also think that this is the strong point of Idris. That's really his key advantage is a test pilot, so he's flying every day. That's his job. When it's windy, when it's snowing, raining, when it's bad conditions, when you don't want to fly, he's flying to test and to develop gliders. So he's not only a leisure pilot, and he really got this everyday knowledge in marginal and strong and weird conditions that probably some, I would say, normal pilots will not get because they don't want to fly in the rain, in the snow, in the wind, in the lee side.
And as a final thing to close here, so there'll be people seeing this interview who'll be thinking, maybe I should be a supporter, maybe I want to take part in a race like the X-Pyr in the future. Thinking back to your early days of pilots, what's good advice you've received over time that you think would be valuable for others to hear? What are things that have changed in your flying?
Well, I have to say that for me, it was really key to be with good pilots, to watch them doing this sport, because that's how you can learn most, or you can learn best. Like find the good pilots, be with them, ask them how they do. Maybe you find somebody who is willing to share experiences, and that's the way how to learn it, to watch others doing. And then you get to understand all the different fields of this sport, because it's quite a broad field, the hike and fly sport.
Absolutely.
I think the only advice I would have is to take your time. When you fly, when you thermal, but also when you take some decisions, to accept that the progression is really long. Taking your time will make you alive for a long time, and will make you a good pilot when thermaling, but also when you decide to change gear and to fly a new glider, it's a long path, and you have to accept that it will take time.
Yeah. And a final question. So imagine you're on the finish line on the Mediterranean Sea. How are you going to be feeling, do you think?
Really happy, because I will be finished with foot massage. No, I think we will be proud anyway, of us, of Idris, and I'm sure we will all do our best. And as a joke, I was talking about winning, but that's not it's the journey, and we will be proud anyway, I'm sure. Because we are friends, because we are super motivated, and because we believe in the same dream, in the same goal, so proud anyway.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
I know the place, the Porte la Selva. It's a beautiful place, and I'm really looking forward to be there. I hope we can be really proud of the week, more or less, we spent in Pyrenees, and
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Let's take a quick sort of 2-minute break before we interview Idris. It's cool. Thank you very much. Thanks. Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you've got a good team here, Idris. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. So welcome, Idris.
Hi, Tom.
Thank you for hosting us here in Advance in Thun, as you're saying. You're the only British athlete in the race this year, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your personal background? What's got you to this spot?
Well, you already know the story, Tom.
I do, but the viewers don't.
Okay.
So
Started flying in 2007, pretty much taught by my father, and one school that was run by a good friend of my father. And took a while to get the license in Wales, it's also quite wet and windy there. And then just progressed and fell in love with it. It kind of took over the life a little bit, as for many people. And then got a very lucky opportunity to go and train and be a test pilot in South Korea with Jin. Spent many years there with really good memories, experiences, and then towards the end of that, COVID, and coming back to Europe and working now in Advance.
Oh, very exciting!
So.
And you did a lot of race to goal competitions as well. I mean, you won the British XC League one year, I think.
Yeah, that was the COVID year.
You've been in the British team, paragliding, of course, in race to goal.
Yep.
But now you've switched more to the hike and fly races. So can you tell us a little bit about both your history there and your transition into hike and fly? Yeah,
it's quite interesting looking back. It's like because when testing is the job, there's some danger to lose a bit of the passion for flying. So, but luckily for us testing, I was already starting with the competitions, and I realized that this is really quite fun, and I have maybe a little competitive energy inside myself, and so I was doing that maybe for 10 years or so.
Yeah,
and was really enjoying it, but at the end I realized that I wasn't enjoying it like I was at the beginning, and this coincided with my move to Switzerland. And here of course there's loads of opportunities to get into hike and fly, and there's some of the easier single day races, and I just tried one or two of those, and I realized I had that feeling back again of like, hey, I'm excited to go to this competition, and also with 25% of the of the XC bag. So this was definitely a plus. And what I really love about the hike and fly races is the whole day you're doing it. You're not waiting around. You're always either moving on the ground or packing or opening the gear or planning or hiking, of course, or running or flying. And so the whole day is super involved. And then the next step is the multi-day races, because the whole day is so involved, but the next day is also related. So what am I doing this evening that I'm in a position to do something useful in the morning? And this is really interesting. And of course, when the weather is always changing or not as you expected, the plan has to change too. And this is, for me, it's really, really interesting.
Because you won the Jura Hike and Fly, I think, last year. Yeah. You're third in Eiger Tour.
That's right,
Yeah. So these are all unsupported races. Yeah. Do you feel that your race to goal experience has helped you in the hike and fly races, or is it a separate set of skills?
It definitely helps. I think the decision making of, hey, this climb is not strong enough for me, or just the observation skills that you get from XC races to look around and you see the birds, you see the terrain, the other pilots, whatever, and to make a quick decision of, no, I do that now. And I think this transfers and helps quite a lot, because I think that the flying side of the hike and fly races, especially, well, for the multi-day races at least, is the most important factor. Fitness is also a factor, especially on bad weather days and in the mornings and evenings, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, the flying side is quite critical.
Yeah. I mean, the Pyrenees are famous for tricky flying conditions, right? Julien was saying it's either windy or it's raining. So, I mean, tell me, what attracts you to the Pyrenees? You went to the Vol Biv with Flo before?
Yeah, we did a 1 week reconnaissance last year with just 15 kilo bags with the Vol Biv gear, super lightweight tent, these freeze-dried meals, and yeah, we tried to cross.
Yeah. Were you successful?
We were not.
Okay.
But we learned some really valuable lessons that, especially the starting area is super tricky with the airspace. And Julien said earlier it's either windy or rainy. We had both.
Oh, okay.
But still, it was super interesting conditions.
Yeah.
Staying under this airspace and then drifting along in windy climbs.
Yeah.
This is a little bit like British style flying. for
Okay.
me. So it's not impossible. On some days it might be, but I still hold a little candle of hope.
Yeah.
And also the end of the race, I'm really hopeful that I get there, everything injury-free, mistake-free, whatever. But I'm also really curious about this transition into the stable, flat, sea breezed. Yeah.
We've seen that sort of people end up lawn darting 10, 20 kilometers away
Yeah.
from goal, and then it's a bit of a foot race at the finish.
Yeah, and I'm quite adverse to run a lot of kilometers.
Yeah.
So I'll be sticking in the air as long as possible, and that'll be really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I've seen from watching the X-Alps very closely, for example, and on the X-Pyr, of course, is that these really are much more fly races than they are hike races.
Yakridge
Squeezing
says,
out a few extra kilometers in the air.
My best wishes
really
to
makes
Idris.
a massive difference. And you think your strengths are more in the air than on the ground?
I think so.
Yeah.
So Julien tells me.
Yeah, okay. What sort of training are you doing to address that?
Yeah, it's, let's say towards in the post-season, so after all the hike and fly comps from last year stopped, I switched to doing really basic stuff again, to just doing a lot of zone 2 stuff to try and build up the cardio base, because I feel like, I'm not a young gun, and I was a bit shocked when they announced the athletes and I wasn't in the young guns anymore.
Oh, right.
I said,
How old are you now?
I'm 35.
35, yeah.
So I was a little bit like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, there was that.
Yeah.
And, I feel like I should have done a lot more cardio in my younger days.
Right.
And, instead of just gym, to be as heavy as possible for the XC comps. But now I'm trying to correct that. So, it was base
Yakridge
training
says,
every
how old is
winter,
he?
Basically. And now it's getting not super focused in on specific training for the race, but more still general, keeping it varied. Like I'm biking, I'm running, I'm rucking just with a bag, or just doing a super long walk for 5 hours or so, and some verticals as well. Yeah. And here and there a bit of interval training as well. But
how do you fit all of this around your day job?
I think you find a way. I mean, every weekend I'm doing maybe the bulk of my hours for the training, and then I quite enjoy to do some short or easy trainings in the morning, waking up early in the morning and going on the bike for an hour or going for a jog. Or, now as the daylight is getting better for us here, I quite often do a small 600 meters before work, fly down, shower, and then come to work. And also after work, we can do some hike and flies. And now that it's getting warmer, I'm going to go out and do some evening walk-ups and maybe sleep up in the mountain and fly down in the morning, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not always easy when we sometimes finish work quite late on the good weather days, and then you're tired. But also in the work, I mean, I think I'm super, what's the word? Super
flexible?
No, because I get to work and train at the same time,
Yeah,
so
you're very lucky that
I'm super lucky, that part of the flying sometimes in the marginal conditions is also part of the training for the race. doing the top landings, the takeoffs with a lot of tailwind, that kind of
This
thing.
is something I want to ask you. What are the sort of the key skills that a hike and fly athlete will have that a cross-country pilot will need to work on?
Biggest one for me is actually getting the wing out of the bag.
Okay.
And because quite often I'll rock up to a takeoff and you'll see the cross-country guys and the wing's still in the bag and they're checking the conditions and people can already be climbing out. And if you're looking to make the most from the day, you're already too late.
Yeah.
If that's the case. And so I think that one of the things that need to change maybe for a pilot when they come from XC flying to hike and fly is that you're able to pack fast and prepare fast.
Yeah.
And then of course, technical skills for tailwind takeoffs, wind takeoffs, short takeoffs, that kind of thing. And maybe top landings as well.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of pilots do it for fun anyway.
Yeah.
But
Do you train these specifically? Or?
I wouldn't say so, but in testing, when the conditions are good, we're top landing all day. So I guess yes, in a way. But it's always with different kind of wings. Then I'm going to be in the race. So, but I think it helps for sure.
Yeah. Do you think we have a question from Yak Rage? So best wishes to Idris. How old are you? 30, 35.
35 years.
Yeah. Do you think this? I mean, mid-30s is typical endurance peak. Do you think?
I hope not.
Cool. I also want to talk a little bit about the gear. You've got, obviously, you're working as a test pilot for Advance and you're fully supported by Advance.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about your harness and your wing.
Yeah.
I think that's your harness down there.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
we put it up and have a look? Can you
we
tell
have
me a
to?
little bit about it? Yeah.
Okay, let me take the ballast out.
Yeah, I can hold this while you...
Otherwise, it's not that light.
Okay. You have ballast in your hike and fly gear? Oh, for training?
For training.
Of course. Yeah. Where's the best camera for this one? Probably
Don't know
this
how you
one
want to
here.
do this one.
Yeah. Celia will help. Yeah. So tell us what we're looking at. And
It's a Lightness XL. This version's been around probably for a few years, and it's about 1.1, 1.2 kilos without the rescue. It's not in the modern sub-style, so it's super simple. That means I'm fast on takeoff, I'm fast in packing. I might lose a little bit of performance, but I think that this is something we can overcome with the speed and with the simplicity.
yeah.
I mean, imagine the super rocky takeoff in the X-Pyr, and you have your shiny new sublight, and you're scratching it on the rocks. It's not so nice.
It seems, pretty...
No, I'm super happy with it. It's very stable, it's very light. And
How does it compare to a commercial version, for example, compared to a lightness or a weightness?
it's obviously lighter, Tom.
Yeah. Oh.
No,
But there's got to be some downsides
lighter,
too.
Yeah, it's a bit more fragile. It's basically the 27 gram Porsche material inside and some of the Dominico Tendi. So it's definitely fragile, and every now and again I have to fix a small hole before it starts to get any worse. But no, compared to the lightness, it's just as stable and nice. It's good authority for weight shift. Maybe I'm a little bit more careful when I get in after a takeoff, because if you really stamp the leg in, then this material with the hiking shoes or the trail running shoes, sorry, it's a little bit dangerous. But other than that, it's got a decent amount of space in the back under the seat as well. The cockpit is a little bit different. It's in the weightless style, so it clips in the upper chest, which gives you a little pocket for the battery and everything. Cables leading out.
How quickly can you go from a fully packed to wing out, ready to launch?
2-3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes. And for the packing?
4
Yeah.
minutes.
And this is
I haven't timed it specifically because, different days it's different. In the race, I'll have other gear like the tracker to take care of, maybe the race T-shirt or bib or whatever, some other things.
And this is particularly something you train, these transitions? Or is it, you're, as a test pilot, presumably you're unpacking a lot every day?
During the work, it's like that. You're packing, unpacking, and if you're slow, then you miss one gondola in the day and you do one less flight than you could have done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's part of that. Cool. Thank you. Let's switch the wing then.
Yep.
Is this the actual wing you'll be flying or something like it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ali, hand you back
sorry,
my phone.
Tom.
So tell this. What is this wing?
It's Omega ULS, the 21 size.
Yeah.
So the smallest one. And yeah, it's super practical for this race because I really like the takeoff characteristics. And especially with backwind, you just need to push the A's and run. And it's almost a no-brainer. So
oh, wow.
I hope I don't jinx myself now. But yeah, the takeoff and landing is super reliable. There's no bad deep stall characteristics. It's also known for flying well in the rain, though we won't be doing that because it's not allowed.
Of course.
And
I'm very curious from a test pilot perspective, what is the sort of what goes into the trimming of a wing that makes it a good X-Pyr wing, and how would it be different from a classical cross-country wing, for example? You mentioned the launch characteristics are very good, for example.
Yeah, this is not so much coming from the trimming as more with the internal structure, the profile, the inlets, the sticks, stick tension, this kind of thing, and the loading point positions. But in terms of trimming, actually, I wouldn't say there's something that we really do a lot different than we would want from the characteristics of an XE wing, at least in terms of flying. Of course, the takeoff and landing has to be spot on with a kind of X-Pyr wing. But for the general feeling, you want to trim it as comfortable as possible, that you're not stressed out when flying in bad conditions. But aside from that,
Cool. Grab a seat again. So the flying in bad conditions, I mean, this whole safety aspect is a key thing. From chatting to your supporters earlier, you're going to be the one making the decisions in the air. So and how are you going to go about that sort of result, risk, safety risk? What's your structure here?
Yeah, it's... hopefully I won't need it that much during the race, obviously, but at the same time, let's be realistic. It's the Pyrenees. It can be windy, valley winds, like you discussed before. And for me, it's an evaluation of where I place my own skills, my own risk threshold in that given moment, and then it's like, hey, do I want to go through this? Can I go through this? What is the risk level? And when it's not acceptable, I will have to say, hey, guys, I'm going down there, I'm landing there because this is getting silly now.
I mean, your day job is literally full stalling. So presumably you have this skill transfers a lot into the bad conditions.
I think the stalling is not that important for me, but it's more maybe when you get badly trimmed prototypes sometimes that they're more prone to collapsing, and then it's the active piloting reflexes which I'll be relying on. I think.
I have a question from Yakration. So how do you do meteorological weather preparation during the race?
During the race? I'm going to be using a lot of burn air because I'm familiar with it, and I'm quite familiar with it, and I quite like the way it's presenting the data. And with that, you also get there's not so many live weather stations, but also the other website, I forgot the name, with a lot of live stations. And
winds.mobi, for example.
There's one or two of those, winds.mobi. And it's more, for me, it's more practical to check not too long term and see things more like the 24-hour rain radar, this kind of thing. And of course, satellite images.
Is this what you've used in other races like the Igator, for example? And you're doing this yourself on the phone, or you've...
It's always like one friend Brett likes to say is it's only a forecast. You know?
Right.
So, yeah, but of course we base our plans on that and adapt from there.
Yeah.
So, about strong weather forecasting, I'm not too worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these races you need to be opportunistic, right? You need to, as I said, the supporters fly the weather you've got, not the weather.
The forecast can say it's going to be low cloud and wind or light rain, and then you might think, okay, it's a day of hiking, and not jump on the opportunity to get a flight in where you could dribble along in a thermal for 5K, you know, and so I don't want to miss that. Yeah.
Do you have any particular techniques for working in these weak conditions? Is there anything change about the way you fly your glider?
Yeah, I think it comes a bit from the XC flying in Britain. You know, sometimes we have the phrase that we frisbee wing. You know, this
drift in zero.
Yeah, exactly. Drift in zero, or even in Britain, there's been times when I've drifted in less sync than around, and that's eventually gone down, but turned into a thermal and gone up. So it's this kind of patience which I'm relying on, and I hope that the guys can help calm me down in some moments, because these kind of things you can do when there's no one else around, but when you have other competitors around, this is quite stressful.
It's really tough if you know there's people ahead and you're racing to get them, and you've only got the weak thermal.
Yeah.
So
these are going to be the interesting times.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to.
Do you have something you sort of to slow yourself down? You rely on your team to.
Yeah, I think I hope that the communication is gonna work well with the team. You know, we might have some missing spots of phone signal like we saw in our trip last summer. But aside from that, I will have to calm myself down when they're not available. But I mean, it's a good motivation for me to stay in the air. Because hiking is quite tiring.
Absolutely, yes. And not sustainable in the long term.
Exactly.
And then you mentioned also the wing is the smaller size, it's the size 21. And I mean, I also fly smaller wings, and you would get pushed around a lot more than a larger wing. So when you're dealing with strong conditions, is there anything you change in your flying that?
Not particularly, yeah. It's with the smaller wings, they're a little bit more sensitive. They give a little bit sharper feedback than the bigger ones. But you also can turn a bit tighter, be a bit more agile. So it is what it is.
Yeah. You don't feel disadvantaged in any way? Or?
I would like to have a bigger wing for a little bit step up in performance.
Yeah.
But I can't change that.
You can't change that, yes. Yes. If you're getting fit and losing all your muscles.
It's getting that way,
So I think, are there any particular scenarios you've trained ahead of time or thought about ahead of time? Or you want to include in the training with your team?
Yeah, it's going to be based a bit on the experience I had last year with a really good supporter in the Bones to Fly. And that would be, pretty much the pit stops, the lessons we learned from that were super valuable. You know, the second pit stop maybe, like, did you forget the umbrella? Yeah, I forgot the umbrella. And, those little details which just make that day a little bit more bearable. Yeah. And I'm super excited to do some more trainings with Julien, where he has to carry my food and water.
He seems like a very fit lad. So,
he is. It won't be a problem for him. And and you know, maybe a change of t-shirt, you know, this kind of things. Optional clothes for if it's colder than we thought up on the hill or whatever. And with Flo, I have quite a lot of experience. We go out hiking together and flying together and communicating with the Zello app, and also with Volbiv together. And there we had some tense times where we disagreed with one another. And from the outside, I think it looked like arguing, but actually we were just discussing through our own thought process. And in the end, it was like, okay, I don't want to do that because I think that's too dangerous. And the other one said, okay, I respect that. Then let's do this. Then we go to the next step, and then afterwards, I said to him, "Hey, I know we were almost arguing, but that was really cool."
Okay, it's good, honest communication.
Exactly, yeah. So with Flo, I'm really going to rely on him for that logical thinking side that he has.
Because for sure there'll be some tense moments in the race, right? Yeah. We're almost out of time. Just a couple of things. I expect. Just for if you were to be speaking to an up and coming pilot now who's they're flying in the NB, they're getting into cross country and thinking about doing these sort of hike and fly races. What sort of advice would you like to have heard yourself at that time? What are things that have helped you develop to come to this this point?
Probably start your training slowly and early. Don't push too hard. And then also, in whatever way you can, kind of surround yourself more with the people of where you're aspiring to be. So here in the Swiss Alps, you get to be around quite some names who were very helpful. And also, already start to choose out. There's 1-2 friends who might have your back, on a windy day, and bring you a warm pasta.
All right. And the final question then, so now you're arriving at the finish on the Mediterranean coast. How are you feeling? How do you see it?
Probably a bit tired.
What emotions do you want? What do you want to have got out of the race across the Pyrenees?
I think I will just be happy. I think I will just be happy to be there, and I'm not super concerned about which position I come. Of course, I have this competitive side to me. I know, but it's realistically speaking, this is not the perfect race for me. I mean, we can be tricky conditions. It could be a couple of days of hard walking, hiking, running with the bag, and this would be pretty uncomfortable, but it's not my strength, but we'll find a way through, and if I can get to the end, I'm just going to be super pleased.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Idris.
Thanks.
Cool. Let's take a couple of minute break and then come back with Jochen. Cool. Let's go. Welcome, Jochen.
Hello.
Welcome to Advance Thun, Switzerland. You're supporting Celia in the X-Pyr this race.
That's the plan, yes.
That's the plan. But I know very little about you. So can you tell me a little bit about your background?
I know a little bit more, yes.
Yeah.
I'm riding my own paragliding school since the year 2000.
Wow.
With almost everything. Training hill. I also had an atelier to check, repair gliders. I had a tandem business in Austria, and of course, mostly, and that is where my heart is hanging on, guiding people all over the world.
Yeah.
Winter season, we are mostly in Mexico, but also in a lot of different countries.
Yeah. How long have you been flying?
I fly since the year 1987.
87, wow.
Yes.
That's even before Idris's dad. Wow.
With,
But you started with paragliders or with
yes.
hang gliders? Yeah.
Before I had experience with hang gliders in 85, but when I saw the first paraglider, I switched. And really happy with that decision.
Yeah.
And then I got my license as an instructor. And in the year 2000, I said, okay, now it's time to do your own business. and with a little bit different ideas. And yeah, until now I'm successfully with that.
Excellent. Air Touch is the school, right? Isn't it? Yes. Wow. And it must have been incredible watching the evolution of paragliding sport. Can you give us some insight into what you've seen?
What have I seen? A lot of accidents, a lot of really risky things, and almost then it's getting better and better, and then sometimes it got really worse because the material was better than the knowledge or the training of the pilots, and this is up and down.
Right.
And which still, I think, going on.
What would be an example of that happening?
It is sometimes everybody is looking for more performance, and the paraglider, the pilots get more lazy because they think, I buy equipment with a lot of performance and I can do the same cross-country flights as pilots. And this is a really dangerous situation. And that happened all the time, all the years, 2 years with less accidents, and then the next 2-3 years with accidents happened. And this is up and down. And I see it also with people who come with me to different countries, sometimes with much too high equipment. And everybody think that is the key. I get heavier, so I buy lighter equipment. I fly not so good like my girlfriend, so I need to upgrade my wing. And this is definitely not very smart.
Wow.
Yeah. And to train with the old equipment is much better. Take the time, take your time and fly.
Very interesting. So you've seen also the evolution of hike and fly races during this time as well. I mean, it didn't exist in 2000, of course.
Of course, everybody knows the X-Alps, and that is the holy grail, and everybody think, wow, that is the. But I like also the races 2-3 days, where average people have a chance, and it is a very nice format to be in the nature, to be a part of the nature and to decide what is possible on that day, or even at the night or whatever,
Have you raced yourself in these things? Or?
No. It is, all my life I was not that competitive. I look and I watch it, but for me racing is not what I want to do.
But as a supporter, you are going to be in the race, you realize.
I am in the race, and I try to do my best. But maybe that is one of my good things, that I not only want to win a race. I want to have a good time, I want to enjoy, and I want to take care of my pilots when I guide the tours, or even when I now guide or take care of Celia. And I want to make her and me happy. And that is the much better thing than always to think I need to win the race. So how did the team come together again? So Celia is one of your guides. Yes. I met her some years ago on a campground in Slovenia. And then she signed in 3, 4, 5 months later, she signed in for a tour in Mexico, only for 2 weeks. But she decided to stay longer, and from the 2 weeks later, it was 4 months. And we were really good together, and so we continue.
Yeah.
And when she started with the races, during the first races, I was just on the telephone because I was guiding my people, and I tried to do my best. She also, and then later we said, okay, the next year we will try to do it together, and until now it works perfect.
Excellent. So it means you've got experience together, working together. There's a long,
Yes.
stable
Yes.
friendship and working relationship there. Yeah. And the team is, you also have 2 other people on the team, if I remember.
We have one more pilot. His name is Matthias. He is very good in doing all this computer stuff and all these things which need to be done, which I hate. And then we have one who is, he was student in our school, but he's still a beginner, and he did only some flights. But he is the very good runner, and he is for the hikes to pace
Right.
Celia.
Okay.
And so
you've got...
I try to be the head of all of them and try to organize everything. And we will see how it works. It's the first time we are...
Have you done anything like this before?
Not in that big group.
Yeah.
Until now, it was only Celia and me, which works perfect. With Matthias, he was also now in Mexico and Colombia. It works also very good, very well. And with Maurizio, I think it is also...
Yeah.
We choose him because he's a cool guy.
Oh, cool.
So it will work.
Yeah. It sounds like you've quite well-defined roles and good specific skills here. Yeah. Do you think that'll be an advantage in the race? Like, running is his job, computers is his job, keeping everyone happy is my job.
Yeah. Nobody knows how the weather is. Nobody knows how our feelings are, how whatever. So
Happy Watermelon says, I would also love to do the X-Pyr race. Very tempting.
That's good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So have you done any training together as a team at this point?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Only with Matthias and Celia.
Yeah.
And we are now on our way. So next 2 days, I think we are in the car, but then we are in the Pyrenees, and then we start.
All right.
You're
on your way now? Is that how you?
We are on our way now.
Okay.
Yeah. We have been at the place from Matthias last night, and now we are actually on the way to the Pyrenees.
Just going back to your history, sorry to jump back in the conversation, but Yak Rage asks, what did you fly in your beginnings? What was your first?
My first glider was LDK Aster X.
Right.
With, I don't know, 9 cells, 28 square meters, something like this.
Yeah. And you probably flew 100 kilometers on it, right?
No. And then I was always buying the new stuff because I thought it needs to have more performance and it needs to fly better and whatever. And then I got first really at that time high performance glider. It was a Comet CX21 from Ernst Steger. It was done by Hannes Papesch. Really ugly in pink with green and whatever, but
did you have the all-in-one flying suit as well?
Yes, the overalls. And at that time it was really slow, but it was easy to climb, and so that gives me a lot of air time, and that helps to make you better.
How many hours do you have now? Do you have an idea?
I don't know.
You just stopped counting.
I stopped counting. I'm not the guy who write or upload the flights or whatever. I just enjoy it, and that's it.
Yeah. So bringing the equipment then to the current day and wings like the Omega ULS here, it must be a miracle, right?
That is a miracle. That is great. I love this glider also a lot. I have the number bigger. It flies really nice and really well. And yeah, all my life I start having the equipment from Advance. I'm Advance dealer since 2000, and so that is a great wing. In the moment, I'm flying the Sigma from Advance.
Very nice. The Tau on its way probably at some point. But, yeah. And then, and you've also been guiding trips to the Pyrenees?
Yes.
So you have an idea of the terrain?
A little bit. We start with that last year. We've been there last year in May. And there was a hike and fly, the Pyrenees Open. And Celia and me were competing there, I as a supporter. She did really well. The weather was the first days really, really bad, really windy and a lot of rain and whatever. But we enjoyed a lot being there. And in October, we guided a group of people there in different places, even with difficult weather situation, but we managed a lot of flying days, nice flights, and good places, so people were happy, and we will offer it. Now, just before the race, there is the Pyrenees Open again. Celia will compete. Then later we have 12 days to guide people. So everybody is welcome to see in what good shape Celia is then. And we can,
no pressure.
we can enjoy the Pyrenees 2 weeks before the race.
Yeah. What sort of things are you anticipating? Any sections be particularly tricky or particularly easy? Obviously, the route hasn't been announced yet, so we don't know where exactly we're going. But
yeah, I was with the map 2-3 days ago. It was a big map.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, that is a really difficult thing. What is coming? So this is the reason why we are here now on our way, and we want to see. There are some very nice and easy places, of course, to guide people, but I know and I have seen places and valleys without landings and whatever, which are really, really difficult.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Which are the areas which are more suited for people for their first trip to the Pyrenees?
I think Argère is a good place for people, and of course Orgagna is for everybody. Yeah, really, really nice. And Castel.
Yeah. These are all in the southern half of the Pyrenees, right? The northern half. This is different. Is different.
Yeah. It is different. Mostly we've been in the south because the weather was better.
Yeah.
So even now I want to be also in the north to find ways. If the weather is different, we need, or Celia needs, to race more on the north side, and that is a little bit what we have to.
It's one of the really interesting tactical things that you see in the X-Pyr. You've got this dividing line between France and Spain, and do you hop onto the left or the right? And often this can be easily a day advantage or a day lost if you.
It depends definitely on how far away it is from one to the next waypoint. And if we have big distances, then maybe it's sometimes one of the magic moves to switch the side. But it is always not so easy. If the cloud bed is high, you can go wherever you want, then everything is easy. But if you need to hike, is the question if that makes sense or not.
Yeah. How are you what sort of tools are you using for your weather? What are your favorite sites, and what sort of things are you looking for when you're looking at?
For that, we have Matthias with the computer. I am the guy who looks to the clouds.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of experience. And I can't see what is coming in the next 2 days, but I know it is 7 days. And if I have a good idea how the weather is today and maybe what is coming tomorrow, it will help Celia a lot. And this is what I think is much better than all the apps.
Yeah.
But of course, we need information about that.
Yeah.
You know, and burn air and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, of course.
This is something that Idris mentioned about one of the things going from single day to multi-day races, is that now your positioning at the end of the day becomes an absolutely critical factor for it.
Yeah. And it happened often that Celia called me from the air. You know, there is big clouds, can I continue or need to go down or whatever? And I try to be as close as possible to her. And then I can give her the best advice what is possible in that moment.
The idea is you'll be on the ground nearby, and the comms you'll use radio or Zello or
I think cell phone.
cell phone. Yeah.
Radio is heavy, cell phone she has, so that makes no sense to carry a good working radio. It's too heavy. Makes no sense.
Yeah. And one of the challenges of the Pyrenees is also that the phone coverage is quite Scotty.
Of course. We have also this small InReach Garmin.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Just to send messages.
Yeah. And how are you structuring the team with vehicles? You have 3 supporters and 1 athlete?
We have in the moment 2 cars with us, Celia's and mine. And we still have 2 more cars in the background.
Oh, wow.
It makes no sense to have 4, of course, but we are deciding how and whenever get them down. And maybe we have 3 cars in like a Volkswagen, or we have Renault Trafics where you can sleep inside. And that helps a lot. But even with 3 cars, it's a lot of work to get all the cars at night to the same place. So maybe we put 1 car or even 2 cars in some good strategical places.
Wow, okay. You're playing chess.
And we will see. You know, it is a little bit, it depends on the weather mostly. And that is.
I supported a friend in the 2018 X-Pyr, and I was just one person driving the van. It was very tricky because if you're driving, you can't be doing weather or cooking.
It's crazy.
So
I did it in some places which are more easy, and then it is not so complicated. But the Pyrenees are really difficult for
It's really wild terrain, isn't it?
And you can't, you know, there is not a valley you can follow, and you stop and you see her and you go and. That happened in the Alps, that happened in Slovenia or wherever, but this is different.
So what are your personal goals for the race then?
To be in the race on the last day. And if we see the goal, everything is good, you know. But I want to take care mostly for Celia, that she can smile on the last day. Wherever she is, you know, that is the goal.
And I think that, so for someone who's interested in doing the X-Pyr, like Happy Watermelon, for example, imagine, I don't know Happy Watermelon personally, but someone at the start of their cross-country career, flying, would be thinking about hike and fly races in the future. What advice would you give them? What would you like to have heard when you were at that stage?
That's really...
You have so much experience from all your instructing. You must have seen...
But it depends really how motivated the people are and how many times they take. For example, Celia was from 0 to to all in within a very, very short time. She make a lot of flights. So for her, it was easy. Even now, it's easy to fly Omega, but a lot of people, they are much better staying on a regular B and enjoy flying with that. The gliders are great, definitely. And even lightweight gliders like the Theta from Advance, or even now all the other brands are building the same, then it is a lot of fun to fly with gliders.
Yeah. And balancing the sort of the competitive versus safety risk in the air. I mean, this is something that applies both at the X-Pyr and for general flying.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's everything. What moves, or when you move, is a dangerous thing. If you are on a horse, if you are on a bike, if you are on whatever. Luckily, the paragliders are not so fast. Hang glider are much more dangerous because of the speed. And so I think if you have a regular paraglider and you fly in regular wind, everything is okay. And it is safe enough. But the risks are coming if you want more than, and if the wind is getting stronger, and that is with the wind, the 35 or 36 kilometers with the wind, then we have the thing, we are as fast as the hang glider, and then everything is getting more dangerous.
Yeah.
So if you fly in the right conditions, everything is okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Very good. And then to finish off then, so you're at the finish line. What emotion, you alluded to this earlier, I want to hear it again. What emotion do you want to be feeling? What emotions do you want the team to be feeling when you're...
I'm not sure. We will see. Maybe I'm crying, maybe I'm happy.
Yeah.
But I'm looking to be at the finish line.
Yeah.
At that day.
Excellent.
Yeah. And waiting for Celia. And I hope we are good friends also with the other supporters.
Yeah.
This is, for me, really important.
Yeah.
And not to fight against each other. I know from some other groups that
it doesn't always work out right.
It's sometimes really hard.
Yeah. Do you say it's your role to keep the
I try.
Yeah.
I will try.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you very much, Jochen.
Thank you.
Let's take a quick 5-minute break, and I want to say thank you very much. We come back with Celia.
It was nice to be here. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Ciao.
Good. Cool. Well, welcome, Celia.
Well, yeah, thank
You're
you.
competing in the X-Pyr
Yes.
this time. A German team member. This is your first big hike and fly race, right?
It's the first really big one, yeah.
Yeah,
So I've
yeah.
done smaller ones, but this is the first on this level and the first step
Yeah.
up.
So give us a bit of your background then. What's sort of brought you to this point?
So paragliding for me started only 5 years ago.
Wow.
So not that long ago, but it kicked off very, very fast.
Yeah.
Okay. I was flying, and then very quickly this was everything I would talk about. And also with other people, they actually got quite annoyed because the only thing I wanted to talk about was paragliding.
Wow.
And nobody really could relate in my environment. And then it happened that very quickly I got full-time into paragliding. So I was just flying, and then very soon started to train to become an instructor as well, and then really switched completely into that world.
Because you were a physicist before, right?
I
So
was a
this is a
physicist,
total change
yeah.
of career direction. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
Complete change also. So from what I do every day, also the entire lifestyle, like from having a flat, having like a regular life, a normal life, to moving into a car. So right now I'm actually living in a car.
Yeah.
and yeah, making everything possible to spend time in the air.
Yeah.
And then with progressing, with getting better, like hike and fly is kind of the big adventure. And so, yeah, I think 2 years ago, I did my first hike and fly with way too heavy equipment. It was a supported race, but I couldn't find a supporter, so I just did it unsupported, and it didn't work at all.
Okay. Which race was it?
That was Slovenia.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And and so step by step, I just started getting into.
You have a background in endurance sports as well, right? You cycled from Munich to Lisbon and hiked from Munich to Venice?
Yeah, I hiked from Munich to Venice. And I cycled from Heidelberg, which is my hometown, to Lisbon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is where, like, adventures. I think I've always been drawn a bit to these adventures. Somehow never really. Yeah, just getting into them. Not really big plan, but just getting into these adventures and doing them. And so with the hiking, with the biking, I then always went back to physics, to the life that was otherwise going on. And now paragliding was a big switch.
Yeah. Well, the physical aspects here, I mean, what was the reason, what were you looking for in these adventures? Is it physical challenge, sort of exploring, just doing something new?
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. It's a physical challenge. It's also, every time you do something like that, you come back a different person. Like you experience things that you couldn't have had otherwise. And also now with X-Pyr, this is the big, like the big challenge to actually face something so big.
Yeah.
And then see what happens and face every day again and keep going. This is.
Well, you're clearly very excited. You're very excited about it. It's awesome. Yeah.
So sometimes I still can't believe that this is actually happening.
Yeah. But you've got a few people supporting you. So you spoke to Jochen from AirTouch, for example.
Yeah, exactly. AirTouch is the school I'm working for.
Yeah.
So Jochen, my head supporter or the official supporter, there's a school from him, and I work for him year round, and this is the biggest support. So in material, but also the learning, the experience that he can give me, and so on. This is like the most important part. Then there's another software.
Yeah, it's at the end of the wingtip. We can't see.
It's called software automation. This is actually the company from Matthias, who's my second supporter.
He's the computer guy, right?
He's the computer guy
and the weather guy.
Software, he can do everything. And then I'm lucky to actually get support from Mexico.
Oh yeah.
So Cat and Clean is actually a product for cat toilets.
Okay.
Very nice, very good pilot as well. And he decided to support this.
Oh, very but no cats in the support vehicle, though.
I don't think so. But maybe for keeping dry, maybe we should talk to him.
Yeah.
Like keeping the support vehicle dry, maybe he can do something there.
Bit of experience, yeah. Very cool. And then you're relatively new to hike and fly comps. You're one of the young guns in this.
I'm not really young. Just. So I'm still very new to this world, which also means that I can't handle very strong wind conditions and so on. So I don't have the decades of experience that some people can bring. So when conditions get really tough, it means that there will be situations where others can fly and I cannot.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You're mentally prepared to make that decision. So, I mean, this is a question I've asked every athlete here and sport is like this balance between competition risk and safety risk. And how does it work in your mind?
So far, it has always worked quite well. So I've had the situations, like the strongest one actually has been in a comp in the Pyrenees, that
Tell the story, please.
It was Pyrenees Open last year. And on the first day, it was clear that very strong wind is coming in and you couldn't actually see the front moving in. And like everybody was racing up to the takeoff, like trying to catch the window before the wind came in. And we were maybe 10 minutes too late, 15 minutes too late, and it really kicked in. And there were pilots who can handle it. So Benoit took off. It actually got a quite famous video. It's like a completely pink Omega.
Right.
And he's taking off in this very strong winds. And I was watching it and then walked down.
Right. Yeah.
And I have no problem with this.
Yeah.
So I know that I have different limits. And I know that I have a team that is okay with that.
Yeah.
That they won't push me past my personal limits.
Yeah.
And so then suddenly it's just a beautiful game.
Yeah.
So, and you fly within your own abilities.
Yeah.
And that might mean that our finish line will not be the official finish, but maybe it will.
Yeah. Yeah. There is.
So this is the game.
Yeah. I mean, how many hours have you gotten? If you've been flying 5 years, but you're flying as a professional pilot, you're guiding all over the world. Yeah.
I need to look it up precisely. I think 1,500 hours. Something.
Whoa, okay. That's a huge amount. I've been flying 30 years and not much more than that, I think. So, and this, I mean, it tells us a little about your gear as well. This is your wing that's hanging behind us.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, it's
yeah.
very new.
Nice and crispy.
It's crinkles, yeah.
So what is it? What do you like about it?
Omega OLS.
Yep.
Smallest size. Same as Idris.
Yes. Yeah.
And, it's a very nice wing. So
Yeah.
I really like it. It's a wing that I know I can rely on. It's very precise handling, but it's also easy to take off, easy to fly, so I can trust in it. It's not something that, not a wing where I had to be on my guard all the time.
Yeah.
And now this one is new, but I've flown the same model for many hours.
So you know it well. And
I know it well.
You've
I'm
had a
very
few
comfortable.
adventures and you're trying to trust it. Yeah. And I see if you have a look at the, you've got the Bogdan fly harness.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's, if I take the mic actually, and then you talk us through this. There's a camera here, which we can, thank you. Even better.
Eins, zwei, drei. Geht's? Ja.
Sure. And it's,
there's the Bogdan fly here.
camera's over here.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Maybe you have to hold part of it.
Yeah.
So it's a huge thing. This torpedo kind of harness,
Yep.
which is at the same time it says plus and minus. So this is for aerodynamics. It's great, but you have to deal with all of this on takeoff. So this is then.
It's a full submarine style harness, right?
Full
This looks
submarine
brand
style
new,
harness.
this one.
It's also, it just arrived. So we just came back from Mexico 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So now I was collecting all the gear.
Yeah.
And now I was off to the Pyrenees. Yeah, so it's full submarine style.
Yep.
And the good thing about the Bogdan is that it has a huge protector.
Okay, because some of the smaller sub harnesses only got very minimal back protection,
Yeah.
right?
The sublight, for example, only has this Corette protector, very small one. And this one has a huge air protector over the whole back and on the bottom.
Was that one of the factors in your choice of harness then?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, like, ideally, I think I would have gone with a smaller harness. Like, I also tried to get one of the race harnesses from Advance, but they didn't have one. So they are all in action already.
Yeah.
And so now I'm really happy that I got that one.
Yeah.
And it certainly will come with challenges like handling.
Yeah.
Again, handling such equipment, you need additional skills.
But we said Jochen also ran a repair shop as well, so he's got a multi-talented team
if it
member
gets
there.
scratched. So you can already see it has it's very light. So the whole thing only has 1.5 kilos.
Wow. There's really very little here, isn't it?
Yeah, it already has the rescue inside.
Yeah. Which rescue have you got for?
It's a companion
From SQR.
SQR
Yeah.
Light 2,
Yeah.
and then smallest size 80.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice. You're happy with your gear then?
Yeah.
Let's return to the table. So we met Jochen earlier, of course. You've been working together now. Tell me a bit about how the team is formed together. And
yeah. So basically, it's 3 people that I know very well, that know me well, and that I think can work very well together in a group. So they are all the people that can take stress without starting to explode.
yeah. Oh,
So,
wow. Wow.
And Jochen, I know from all the travels. We have been traveling now, I think, almost 4 years.
Well, Jochen's over there, by the way, he's off camera.
Yeah. Almost 4 years together now, in different countries all the time. So we know each other very well, and we also know each other's dynamics. So when are the moment to leave the other alone, when is to support, when is to... So this is very good. Matthias is a very nice, quiet, so he's like the stone. So nothing freaks him out.
Excellent.
He's just really calm. And also Mauro is strong runner. And actually with him together, I did a bike tour through the Pyrenees. So doing a very similar route, but with bikes years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so he knows the Pyrenees a bit, not from the flying side, but I think the team together will be very good.
Yeah.
And the goal is to have fun, to just have a good time, a good adventure.
Wow.
It won't be always a good time because it's hard.
There'll be a few difficult moments in there, but that's part of why you're there, right?
That's part of why one is doing this. If you want comfort, that's not the... That's not...
Yes. You go to enjoy the suffering. Type 2 fun.
Type 2 fun, this
Yes.
is nice. Yeah.
Yes. And the training that you're doing for this, I mean, you're a professional pilot, which gives you some opportunities, but still you need to find the time to fit this around your daily life.
Yeah.
How do you make that work?
So when I'm in a tour, when there are people, there's actually very few individual time. So they start with the breakfast and they end after dinner. So, and you have to be available the entire time. Normally, I try to get a flight in the morning. So I get up early and try to do a hike and fly in the morning. And this very often works out.
Yeah.
Or I hike up to the takeoff. Also, if there's a longer lunch break, then I can also get a hike in. And now actually, the good thing now is that we don't have tours planned now. So we actually have 8 weeks dedicated for training.
Wow, this is
great,
a lot of dedicated time.
Yeah.
And what sort of things, what's on the training program there? Mostly flying or some physical as well?
Physical as well. So definitely physical as well. So actually now I've also been in contact with a trail running coach to get this like final, of course, now in 10 weeks till the race, you can't build everything up. So a lot of the engine must already be there. But like to do the final stages, I will now get advice on when to do intervals, when to do longer runs and so on. But then of course also the flying, like get to know how the thermals feel, how the wind conditions are, how somehow in every spot, in every place, the thermals feel a bit different. And so, for example, I've been flying a lot of time in Mexico and Colombia, and there, when I enter the thermals, I have an intuition where it actually is.
Oh, wow.
And
can you share what sort of signal, how you're detecting that?
I wish I could.
Okay.
So it's not always. That's why it's an intuition. It's not a fixed rule, but often you feel like the slide lift and it's pulling you in one direction, and then sometimes you follow the pull. Sometimes when you suspect it's a convergence, you have to push against it. And like these fine details, but they are different everywhere. So in different spots, at least that's for me, it feels different.
Yeah.
And now to get that feeling in the Pyrenees, that's why we are also going there now and try to fly there.
You really get this sort of native bird-like...
more of a feeling. Don't be blind. So to know.
If you're flying 300 hours a year plus, then you're going to have an incredible feel for the air, as it's you're looking to even more refine that.
Yeah, adapt it to the specific place. So try to get the feeling there.
Have you done safety training as well, I think?
I've done safety training, also with Omega, and gone through the entire stall routines and so on. So I know how it reacts, I know how it feels, I know how to get out of it most of the time.
Right.
But of course, I'm not a test pilot.
Yeah.
I'm not also not an acrobatic pilot. So I have not flown acrobatics. So this is also a point where I will be on the ground when others are still flying, because I don't have this level of experience. But,
currency counts for a lot. Okay. I'm not writing you off. Are there any particular parts of the route that you're particularly looking forward to, or because you've seen it from being there in the Pyrenees?
Yeah, so I hope we are going close to Castillon de Sos, because these are really, really incredible mountains. It's really nice. And then we will see if they make us cross the Pyrenees and where exactly the route will go.
Because sometimes there's a little X in the middle, right?
Yes, so especially like they are beautiful. The Pyrenees are just incredibly beautiful, and they are so wild, and which is scary, but also very nice.
Nice. Yeah.
And just there are so many nice spots.
Yeah. I think Kriegel-Maurer, remember when he first did the X-Pyr, he's compared to the Alps, he says half the distance but twice the adventure.
Okay.
Which is,
well, if he's saying that.
Yeah. And have you prepared with respect to looking at other pilots' track logs, chatting to other people who've done these sort of things? Have you, as you're doing this for the first time, what's been your process here?
Here Matthias came in.
Yeah.
Within hours after we knew that
we have
been selected.
Yeah.
He had the complete tracks for 10 years.
Yeah.
I think 10 years. Completely all the tracks, and we will now look at them in more detail, also then compare to the route which parts we can use, which not. And then try to figure out.
Yeah.
Let's look at takeoffs. And we have time now.
Yeah.
So we will probably try to follow the track at least once, like to fly it once already in slower time.
Yeah.
But,
so it's familiar when you're there in the race time.
Yeah. And then also when you're actually standing there, when you try to plan the takeoffs, and then to have the track from the last years in these situations and actually see the different options that had been taken before this, then at least for me is way easier to commit everything to memory in a way that you can actually use it in a race. Because actually making decisions in the race can be quite hard because you're tired, you're mentally sometimes exhausted.
You experienced this in the previous races you've done, right? Yeah. So tell me more.
So this is actually a very, very delicate balance to when you're running, to push, but also don't push so hard that your mind turns off.
Okay.
Because you can push yourself into a region where you're basically shut down and you're just moving, but you can't think anymore.
You're just tunnel vision.
You're just tunnel vision and go.
Yeah.
And if you reach that stage, you still move, but you can't do tactics anymore.
Yeah.
And in these situations, if you have seen places before, then you can still use this. But if you have to come up with something new, it's impossible.
Yeah.
And like one trick is to don't get into this situation.
Yeah.
This is ideal. But then if you get there, it's easier if you already have solutions that you can pull out.
I see.
And otherwise you're lost.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully the support team will also be keeping an eye out for you here.
And the support team needs to take care.
Yeah. Yeah. I've asked this question of everyone, Going back to when you had like 50 hours flying in ENB, did you think you'd be on the start line for the X-Pyr back then?
No. Sometimes now I can't believe it still. What is actually happening? Yeah. No.
What advice would you give to someone at that stage in their flying career?
Start hiking.
Mm-hmm.
Start getting the experiences. In the beginning, it's not about speed. It's not about getting the highest wing possible. It's about going to a takeoff and observing. And with 50 hours to go to a wild takeoff, this is a huge, huge, huge adventure. Yeah. So, and then taking off somewhere or walking down because you actually saw that the conditions are not for you. And so there are many races, also hike and fly races, that are these fun races where where you are also surrounded by others who can help, who are actually doing these community hike and flies and so on. And there's a very good way to start. Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah. Don't think about I want to be X-Pyr pilot or whatever. Enjoy it. This is the important thing. Yes. We
have a question that's coming from Ronnie Horridge, but it's in German. So I'm going to ask you to read it here. You can read
I actually know him.
My German's not so good. So,
wünschen dir und deinem Team eine super erfolgreiche Trainingszeit und ein erfolgreiches Rennen. Okay, he's saying that he's wishing all the best to us, to the team, and that our training will be very successful.
Excellent.
Well, and nice. Thank you, Ronnie.
And the final question is, I'll ask everyone, what emotions do you want to be feeling on the finish line?
I actually can't say. On the finish line, it has been so far. Also, it has been all kinds. It has been happiness. You're normally destroyed, like bodily and mentally destroyed. But it's at the same time sad that it's over. Very good that it's over because you can stop moving. But very nice. Yeah. Also, if we have had races where we didn't make goal, but it was still so nice to have this feeling we've done this. Yeah. And this is what I'm actually hoping for with the team, to be on the last day and to fight the last 10 minutes are hell because you really want to stop moving. So if you don't make goal, then of course it's fine. But otherwise, the last should just keep moving, and then it's so nice.
Fight to the end. Be satisfied with what you've done.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And fantastic race. We'll be cheering you on.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Marco, for hosting that. I think we've got a couple more interviews in about 2 weeks, but check on YouTube and Instagram to see when they happen. Thank you very much.